On behalf of the University of Strathclyde, I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to you to this congregation for the conferment of degrees here in the Barony. Today is a very special day in our university calendar. It's a graduation day, which makes it a day of celebration for our graduates, for the family and friends, and indeed for all of the staff of the university. And I can't think of a better venue in which to start that celebration than here in the Barony Hall. In the United States, they refer to these events as commencement ceremonies, as they use them to signify the beginning of a new journey as opposed to an ending. And it is in this spirit that we also wish to celebrate graduations at the University of Strathclyde. Now, in a few moments, it will be my privilege to cap each of our graduates as their name is called out and they come up on stage to receive their award. The capping tradition has its roots in ancient China, and it's recognised as a rite of passage and as a mark of achievement. And for each of our graduates once capped, this signifies that they're now part of a community of scholars at the University of Strathclyde that can stretch back over 200 years to the Scottish Enlightenment. So they'll be in very good company. At the close of graduation, we have a reception in our nearby Lord Todd building to which everyone is invited to come along. We also hope to have an academic procession from the Barony over to the Todd. This will very much depend upon the weather, which is looking pretty good just now, and we'll get an update towards the end of this morning's proceedings. In the meantime, I do hope that you enjoy the ceremony, and when you see your loved ones come up on stage to receive her or his award, I would strongly encourage you to celebrate. These occasions don't come round very often, and we have this hall all to ourselves. So please make the most of it. I now formally declare that this congregation for the conferment of degrees is open, and I invite Professor Matt Smith from the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences to present our graduates to receive their awards. Thank you.
Vice Principal, in the name of the university and by the authority of the Senate, I present to you these students. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in English, Rachel Alexander. In History, Andrew Clark. Jeremy Monroe Johnson. Neil McIntyre. For the degree of Master of Research in Creative Writing, Georgina Margaret Heaton. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in English, Matthew Johnston. Alexandra Forbes Meldrum. Laura O'Donnell. Georgina Wilkinson. Andrew John Cope. Callum Andrew Creaney. Ross Edward Gallagher. Catherine Lapping. Sarah Elizabeth Catherine McGovern. Emma McNaughton. Victoria Rose McNeil. Megan Montague. Natalie Morrison. Maria Louise Barrett. Amy Victoria McFadden. Alexandria Toner. In English and History, Cassie Armour Bailey. Marco Antonio Chacon Clark. Denise Michelle Downey. Andrew James Gibbons. Sarah Alice Hughes. Jack Alexander Jameson. Bethany McDowell. Heather Louise Muir. Gemma Eleanor Reed. In English and Journalism and Creative Writing, Ross Alexander Anderson. Stephen James Butchard. Alex Holton. Olivia Hughes. Mary Louise Stephanie Peter Patton. Andrew William Thompson. Alexander Dallas. Harriet Elizabeth Duncan. Josephine Grant. Alexander Thomas McDonald. Catherine Ann McKinley. Sean Owens. Evangeline Evelyn Grace Sellers. Haley Alexandra Skinner. Alice Charlotte Williams. In English and Psychology, Deborah Reynolds. Louise Catherine Borland. In French and English, Carrie Elizabeth Rose Mackenzie. In French and History, Amy Fitzgerald Duffy. In French and Human Resource Management, Emma Crozier. In French and Italian, Eva Eamon Freer. Catherine Emma Wheeler. Rona Linda Scott. In French and Law, Emma Patricia Steeples. In French and Marketing, Kimberly Roden Williams. Nicole Anderson. In French and Spanish, Holly Jessica Brazil. Ryan Michael Canavan. Natalie Jane English. Lauren Gillies. Rachel Phillips. Hannah Kirsten Waugh. Ariel Michelle Anne Hélène Ligorio. In History, Kaylee Bolton. Emma Josephine Campbell. Natalie Maria Hakim. Kristen Ferns Hay. Lauren McDougall. Rebecca Wood Mingus. Graham Sharp. Scott Shaw. Megan Strickland. Louise Catherine Tonner. Murray Anderson. Zoe Anderson. Callum Alexander Austin. Jenna Brennan. Megan Brawley. Ryan Brownlow. Fraser Ian Bryce. Gabrielle Byrne. Katrina Robertson Campbell. Sarah Jane Cave. Laura Marie Conahan. Matthew Crilly. Sean Michael Cushney. Kathleen Alice Deegan. Jack Brian Doherty. Anthony Downs. Graham Ferguson. Nicola Catherine Ford. Caitlin Joy Forsyth. Haldane Francis Fraser. Jillian Good. Stacy Elizabeth Gray. Amy Greer. Jonathan Greer. Matthew Griffin. Jamie Graham Hartley. Gabrielle Rose Hilton. Erin Louise Kane. Erin Sarah McGinnis Kelly. David Cregan Lawrence. Heather McCool. Lauren Margaret McDonald. Andrew McDougall. Lisa Catherine McFarlane. Laura Ann Mikioff. Callum Christian Fergus McKinnon. Bethany Grace McKnight. Claire Frances McLaughlin. Maureen McRainer. Samantha Meekin. Craig Murray. Luke Ormiston Aitken. Leah Helen Patterson. Matthew Thompson. Laura Valili. Vivian Margaret Wilson. Katie Wright. Abigail Susan Young. Lewis Williamson Elliott. In History and Economics, Joshua Xavier Marney. In History and Education, Sarah Jane Gorman. In History with Education, Catherine Emily Brown. Rachel Frances Irvin. John Joseph McKenna. In History and English, Matthew Ferguson. Kirsty Ferguson. Shannon Graham. Amanda Jane Kane. Kira Limpert. Nicole Matheson. Caitlin Watt. Jacob McPherson Bird. In History with French, Lisa Sarah Louise Keenan. In History and Human Resource Management, Ashley Green. In History and Journalism and Creative Writing, Kyle Alexander Ferguson. In history and law, Christina Louise Mackenzie. In history and politics and international relations, Fraser Barker. Caitlin Jane Brooks. Sarah Dick. Rory Mark Stride. Andrew Trower. Hugo Berger Nikolai Zetterberg. Scott Colin Anderson. Megan Bagan Edwards. Aidan Dixon. Alistair Dixon. Cameron Robert Harris. Rachel McClelland. David Colin Oliver. Katrina O'Neill. Jamie Payton. Craig Sangster. Claire Jill Sloan. Farron Elizabeth Smith. Christopher David Stokolt. Mark Evan Strathy. Katie Scott. In history with politics and international relations, Nicholas McKinley. In history with Spanish, Rebecca Kelly. In Italian and French, Riona Sarah Donahue. Fiona Helen McDougall. Elsa McGilvery. Hannah Sutherland. Megan Ann Hughes. Stuart Mingus. In Italian and history, Michelle Claire Flanagan. In Italian and Spanish, Rachel Alexandra DeMambro. In journalism and creative writing and education, Caitlin Josephine Ferry. Haley McQueen. In journalism and creative writing in English, Sophie McNaughton. Blair Daniel Malloy. Stephanie Louise Burnett. Carmela Antonia Caserta. Sarah Christine Gray. Danielle Greenan. Beth McCallum. David Rutherford McGraw. Rachel Louise Proctor. In journalism and creative writing in French, Iona Grace Turner. In journalism and creative writing in history, Chester William Cornford. Jennifer Laura Constable. Ewan William Mitchell. Natalie Ann Barton. In journalism and creative writing and law, Gemma Lindsay Kringles. In journalism and creative writing and politics and international relations, Sarah Louise Campbell. Andrew Draffin. Kenneth Watt. Ross Carr. Ross Francis McNeilage. Georgia Alana Smith. Bethany Ann Tourish. In Spanish and French, Rachel Heron. Alyssa Anderson. Lindsay Allison Campbell. Kieran Doherty. Michelle Kelly. Sophie McCrudden. Beth Matheson. Kira Waddle. Alexandra Carmichael. Lucy Clark. Catherine Ann McBride. Nicola McGrath. In Spanish and Italian, Matthew David Rogers. Rosalind Isabel Stevenson. In Spanish and Marketing, Nicole Catherine Gillen. In Spanish and Psychology, Sarah Dobbing. In Economics and Law, Iskra Stefanova Markova. In Economics and Journalism and Creative Writing, Fraser Murray. In Human Resource Management and History, Jennifer McIver. Adam Scott. In Humanities and Social Sciences, Kirsty Elizabeth Bainbridge. Alexandra Beatty. Beth Mary Cameron. Rebecca Campbell. Philip David Coghill. Chloe Christina Dobby. Stephen Elliott. Louise Farquhar. Zachary Gill. Daniel Allen Jones. Mary Megan McBain. Amber McCormick. James Michael McCourt. Shiva Ruth Mackison. Katie Hannah O'Connor. Adrian Pettigrew. Megan Tinney. Donna Maria Catherine Trainer. Laura Wilson.
Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, and most of all, Strathclyde University's newest graduates, it is my pleasure to once again warmly welcome you to our graduation ceremony here in the Barony. Quite rightly, our graduates have been centre stage, and I would like to begin my address by congratulating all of you once again on your academic achievements. Your hard work has paid off, and this has now been recognised in front of your families, friends, and the staff who taught and supported you during your time at the university. And under the lights of this magnificent venue, we celebrate your efforts and your achievements. Very well done. Now, in a short while, at the close of graduation, you may be asked to join the academic procession as this leaves the Barony. This invitation actually symbolises the fact that you are no longer students, now full members of the academic community of Strathclyde, a community that numbers over 170,000 individuals. The class of 2017 is graduating at a time of considerable change in Scotland, in the United Kingdom, and globally, and challenges lie ahead for us all. But as a member of the Strathclyde family, you belong to a large, growing and worldwide community with a shared ethos of tolerance and understanding and a desire to make a positive difference. I hope that the memory of today is something that will stay with you wherever you go and whatever you choose to do in life. We will keep in touch with you through our alumni team, and I would ask that you also keep in touch with us. Let us know what you're up to, what you think about what we're doing at the university, and what you would like to do to help future generations of students. As graduates of a socially progressive university, you have a competitive advantage, having been equipped with the skills, know-how, and capacity to absorb knowledge, together with the ability to positively influence and shape the world around you. Nelson Mandela once said that education was the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. Do not underestimate this power or your responsibility to use it well. In Scotland, we are fortunate in having a higher education system which is internationally respected, and as a society, we are quite right to invest in education for all. This broadens the mind and creates opportunities for individuals and for society. However, education itself does not confer rights. The opportunities that education gives each of us also carries with it a responsibility to use what we have learned wisely and for the good of others. A sense of duty should come readily to graduates of this university. As Strathclyders, we only have to look at the achievements of those who have gone before us for our inspiration. To John Anderson, our founder, who established this university for the good of mankind. To the world's first oil man, James Paraffin Young. To the missionary and explorer, David Livingstone. To John Logie Baird, who did such pioneering work on the development of television. In the present day, we look to Dame Eilish Angelini, a pioneer in Scottish justice, as the country's first female Solicitor General and later its first female Lord Advocate. And to Sir Tom Hunter, one of the most successful entrepreneurs in Scottish history, and a philanthropist who's used his wealth to the great benefit of others around the world. I am sure that you've been given lots of advice on how best to plan your life. Some of this advice you will accept, some you might rightly ignore, but most you will have to learn for yourself. Robert Louis Stevenson put it well when he said, "Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant." Now, to reach this point in your lives today, each of you will have travelled a different journey. For some, the path will have been relatively smooth, and for others, this may have been more challenging. However, I am certain of one thing, that none of you would be here without the active support of your family and friends. They have picked you up when you've been down, they have encouraged you when you have needed it, and many will be here today proudly watching as you crossed this stage with broad smiles and the odd tear in their eye. Now, they are celebrating today not just because you are almost off the payroll, but because you carry with you their hopes, their wishes, and confidence for a successful career. For the past half hour or so, their applause has rung in your ears as you each in turn crossed this stage to receive your awards. I would now like to invite all of our graduates to show their appreciation for the support received from their family and friends. I touched earlier on some of the key figures who have helped create and shape the University of Strathclyde. And you can tell a lot about the values of an organisation by looking at its roots. Strathclyde traces its lineage back to 1796, when Anderson brought it into being, the only Scottish university founded during the Age of Enlightenment and embodying the Enlightenment principles of reason, tolerance, and equality. Anderson's belief in useful learning and his commitment to taking knowledge and using this for the greater good is the motivating force which gives Strathclyde University its momentum today. This can be seen in our pioneering law clinic, where our students provide support and representation to people who cannot afford legal advice. And it can be seen in our business school, which was recently named the UK Business School of the Year in the prestigious Times Higher Education Awards. It can also be seen in our £89 million Technology and Innovation Centre, which is transforming the way in which academics collaborate with business, industry, and the public sector to bring global competitive advantage to Scotland. And this is a tangible sign of the university's commitment to world-class research and ensuring that outcomes have maximum benefit to society and the economy. Now, these represent a small sample of the many innovative projects being led by our world-class staff and students, taking new knowledge and using it to solve problems in industry, in the classroom, and in the boardroom. I'm especially pleased to note that we are developing our campus to enable us to do even more. Strathclyde Business School's flagship building has been transformed following a £23 million investment, and we have a £31 million Sports Health and Wellbeing Centre, along with a £20 million district energy network under construction. And we are about to begin work on a new £60 million learning and teaching facility, bringing our total investment in our estate to more than £600 million over the last 10 years. So too has this been a year to celebrate for the faculty. Professor John Riley of Psychological Sciences and Health led a high-profile study which challenged conventional thinking about physical activity in children, finding that this may start tailing off as early as the age of 7, rather than during adolescence, as is widely believed. The Strathclyde Law Clinic's Executive Committee won in the Team of the Year category of the Herald Society Awards. Professor John Curtis of Government and Public Policy once again helped huge audiences better understand the election process, and his exit poll got it right once again. The Faculty Centre for Lifelong Learning is leading Strathclyde's Age-Friendly Academy, which is promoting the contribution of older people in the workplace and wider society. Education alumna Amy Button won the General Teaching Council for Scotland's George D. Gray Award for the best assignment for a BEd student in Scotland. And today, we've launched the Institute for Inspiring Children's Futures with the accompaniment of the First Minister, which is led by our Centre for Excellence for Looked After Children in Scotland and the Centre for Youth and Criminal Justice. This institute has been established to support children and young people around the world in achieving their potential in life. These are just some of the many contributions being made by our staff and students across humanities and social sciences. And Strathclyde is being increasingly recognised as a place where things happen, and this is why our graduates are so highly prized by companies and organisations looking to recruit the best talent to drive their businesses forward. Scotland punches above its weight across the board, and the future of Scotland will be built upon the quality of its graduates. Regardless of their discipline, all of our students learn how to be innovating, enterprising, and creative, and they make a real difference when they go out into the workplace. So wherever your career takes you, always remember that as a Strathclyde graduate, useful learning carries with it responsibilities that go beyond academic scholarship. And finally, let me offer my sincerest congratulations to you all once again on your achievements, and I hope that you enjoy the remainder of what is a very special day. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that now concludes the formal part of this morning's proceedings, which I hope you have enjoyed and you'll take away very many happy memories. I would remind you that we have a reception immediately following over in our Lord Todd, and I can see that the weather has remained perfect for us to have an academic procession from the Barony over to the Todd. I'll take this opportunity to invite Strathclyde University's newest graduates to join the academic procession, and if I could ask ladies and gentlemen to remain in the hall until the academic procession passes and then follows directly over to the Lord Todd for some refreshments. I now formally declare that this congregation for the conferment of degrees is closed.